So I have some exciting news. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Debt-Free Millennials Income Report. I'm reporting January's income from debt-free I am recording the income that I have earned from January 2020. This is a whole series on how much you can make as a freelancer and being self-employed, running your own online business. I am so excited about this episode. We're just going to hop into the numbers. Okay, here we go, sharing my income for January, starting with freelance gigs, and oh my goodness, this was a really incredible month. So freelance gigs brought in a total of $8,875, making up 77% of my total income. This was huge. I had a big project with a client, same project I had been working on the month prior, and I am so grateful for that project. And then I did pick up a couple of other things from other clients. This was a really good month for freelance gigs. Then I had digital products come in at $535, which brought in 5% of my total revenue. This was up from last month. YouTube and Google AdSense brought in just under $1,000 at $903 and 8% of my total income. Affiliates brought in $1,251 at 11% of my total income. I'm really excited about affiliates and doing more of that because it's very easy for me to do, and it brought in over $1,000. In fact, my biggest affiliate earner was Madison Reed. You all love that hair coloring kit, and so do I. I actually have a couple of videos on that I will link to in the description below, but it's been awesome partnering with them on that affiliate program, and you can also do it. Anybody can sign up to be an affiliate. You don't have to be a YouTuber in order to do so. Okay, the grand total is $11,564, which means I surpassed my revenue goal of hitting $10,000 in revenue in 1 month. This has been the goal from day one since I started Debt-Free Millennials in 2017. I really had this picture, I had a mental picture of me earning $10,000. It's just, I'm really kind of thinking about it all over again. Like, I made over $11,000 doing this, all from the effort of grinding it out, making connections. We're gonna get into that in a second, but I really feel like it's just time to just kind of sit with this and just really be happy. Okay, now that I got that out of my system, I need a drink of my iced coffee. Now that I got that out of my system, I want to tell you exactly what contributed to such a high income month for me so you can get an idea of what things you can work on. First is I have great client connections in terms of the freelance writing, and then I also do produce freelance video content for clients. So I'll record a video and then they can use that on their website. And I think the best thing about that is consistent communication with clients. I also raised my rate for my blog posts, and so I was getting that experience in the last year or two of just writing and picking up whatever gigs I could find, and whatever they were paying for, I just said yes. And then I went back and made a list of all the clients that I was working with, who was paying me the least, who was paying me the highest, and then also making a list of which clients I really enjoyed working with and which ones I was okay to let go of. And so I went back to the clients that I really enjoyed working with, but I didn't feel I was getting paid enough, and I said, hey, going forward in 2020, I'm raising my rates. Are you coming with me or not? And I was able to raise my rate in that case. I highly recommend, if you are interested in negotiating your rates, to check out Kristen Wong and Stephanie O'Connell. They are awesome women in the personal finance, blogging space, writing space. They have really great tips. The second thing that really helped is I have a growing audience. Before, when I had a smaller audience, I really couldn't sell my digital products or even really produce enough income from affiliates. But now that I have grown my audience, and guys, you know how many subscribers I have on YouTube, it's not a huge audience, but it's a big enough one where I feel like I'm sharing my ideas, we're joining together in a community. I have just over 2,000 people in a Facebook group, and then what I have here on YouTube, and then over 4,000 people on my email list. And so when I have the opportunity to speak to you guys directly and talk about things that I think are important and that would help you, that's going to help contribute to the income. The third thing that contributed to such a high income month is not doing it all. Well, kind of. So I had before was doing all of the things.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook group, Facebook posts, YouTube, blog, email.
All of these things. And slowly I've been letting go of the little pieces of social media so that I can go all in on the thing that I really enjoy, which is right here. On YouTube is where I want to be, so I let go of scheduling content for Facebook and especially Instagram. I even put a time limit on Instagram for 30 minutes a day because I was spending an hour a day on Instagram. In fact, my iPhone told me that I was spending over 5 hours a week on Instagram, and in that amount of time, I could have produced several videos. I could have produced easily 2, if not 3 videos in that time. Then I pulled a Jim Carrey. That's right, I wrote myself a check. I wrote myself a check for $10,000 and I put it in front of my office board and I looked at it every day and I told myself, what am I gonna do to move the needle to get to that 10K? And another thing that I did is I list out 2 columns on a whiteboard and I wrote the goal and then I wrote what revenue sources I had and what the goal amount was from each source. So freelance client number 1, I'm gonna get $1,000 from. Freelance client number 2, I'm going to get $700 from. Affiliates, I want to get $1,000 from. And so I made that goal amount, and then I made an actual amount, what I actually brought in. And every Friday was like a little treat day because every Friday I would update what I actually earned. So it was really motivating for me to say, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do next week? What am I going to do to make it happen to hit 10K? And of course, I always love having visual notes in front of me. So I've had this one basically since 2017. This is a great quote from the Bible for I'm about to do something new. And every day I think about like, okay, I'm going to try something new. And then I have this great sticker from ConvertKit, who's my email service provider, teach everything you know. Try to establish that. And then last but not least, this one from my good old mother. Inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. I do love that, and I look at all 3 of those quotes and I really think about my day and going forward in a very positive manner. Someone else had asked on the last income report, how does this income factor into our total income for Kyle and I in our beers and budgeting episode? How much do I actually take home from that? So I wanted to show you, I've never shown this before. I wanted to show you what my business expenses are from January and then how much I actually took home for that month. All right, so here's what it looks like for January with my monthly business budget. Yes, even my business has a budget. So I have an estimated column of what I am estimating my expenses will be, and then I actually write down what I actually spent in each column, just like I do with my normal budget. Then over here, you'll see this is set up a little bit differently than my personal budget. So revenue is what I actually earned for the month of January. So in the freelance writing case, it's not what I actually received from a client, it's what I billed. And typically I get paid out retroactively. In a similar fashion, I pay myself retroactively from my business checking account. So the revenue of the $11,562 is actually what I build and what I earned through all my variety of revenue sources. The actual income line is what actually hit my business checking account from January 1st to January 31st. So all of that actual income is what I use to pay myself for the next month. So I paid myself from January for the month of February. Does that make sense? You with me? Okay. Then the expenses. So the expenses are everything that's added up from my actual column. A lot of times I will set aside money if there's an annual subscription or something like a conference or traveling that I want to save up for. So G Suite, Photoshop, those types of things are billed monthly, but then you'll go over here and see Canva and Calendly. Those are actually yearly subscriptions. So I pay Canva once a year, but every month I'm setting aside $10, just like I would with a personal budget. If I pay my car insurance every 6 months, I'm going to save for it every month. So when that 6-month due date is coming around, then I can pay it then. All right, so it was $719 in expenses this month, mainly because I had to purchase a flight to St. Louis for the Financial Freedom Summit. It's a awesome conference that I'm so psyched for. It's held in St. Louis, May 1st through the 3rd. You all are invited too. This is a summit, a conference where you can learn how to achieve financial freedom. I will drop my affiliate link below so that you can check that out. I'm gonna be there. A whole bunch of other personal finance experts, YouTubers, influencers are going to be there. I think it's gonna rock. So with that, subtracted from my actual income. So actual income minus expenses brings me to $9,075. And then that dreaded tax rate. So I'm very conservative by factoring in 30% set aside for taxes, mainly because I have that self-employment tax and then my regular income tax. So I think I can adjust this. I'm going to talk to my CPA about that. But I am keeping it conservative just so that I have enough cash to pay my quarterly taxes, which I did this past month, and it was $2,700 that I paid in taxes. My after-tax take-home for January was $6,353. I pay myself once a month, so that has already been transferred, and those are my business expenses. All right, so you all want to know about my wins for the month of January. So Chance the Rapper, I really need to go to Chance the Rapper's concert. Look-a-see ballin' flossin'. So obviously I hit over a 10,000 plus revenue goal and over $11,000 in revenue. That's the biggest win. I've always visualized in this 10K goal month vision was that once I hit it, I was going to buy this really amazing sexy red dress. I already have it picked out. And that I was going to take my husband to Cafe Sevilla. It's a beautiful Spanish tapas restaurant in downtown San Diego. I really just want to take him out to dinner and order sangria, order paella, and be like, look, what do you think? I did it. I did it for us. Like, we're doing it. And so we're definitely doing that in February. The next thing I did was joined an affiliate network, which has definitely increased my revenue from affiliates. Then CNBC reached out again for quotes. I'm so happy to be partnering with this reporter. I published 6 videos on YouTube. I'm really working on getting more content for you guys, so comment below if there's a topic I haven't covered or if you want me to go in more detail. Definitely hit me up. And then I hit 12,000 subscribers, which was great. I'm so happy for this channel. Then come the obstacles. Back to Chance the Rapper. I decided I gotta do my own thing. So I need to revamp Budget Bootcamp. I love when I am on the call with people, I love it so much. I can hear the excitement. We make a plan. We're pouring through the numbers. I can tell just when we first start the call, they're really stressed. And when we end the call, they're excited. They have a plan of action and homework. I love that. I don't love doing the calls during my evenings, and a lot of times I'll get last minute cancellations and I'm feeling like I'm resenting it, and I don't want to do that because I actually do love working with people one-on-one. So I need to revamp Budget Bootcamp, and I've got a couple of ideas that I'm going to change up for February, so keep me accountable to that. Also, I didn't mention this the past 2 videos, but the AB5 law is a real deal in California, which is currently limiting freelancers the amount of content they are allowed to write for a client. We are limited to 35 articles per client for the year, and that's it. That is detrimental to the amount I can earn as a freelancer. So I really want to either pull back on the freelancing and really focus on affiliates and digital products, or I need to diversify the amount of clients that I'm working with. So get more clients, because I can do 35 per client. So if I only have 4 clients, then you're limited to whatever that is, 120, blah, 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 don't know. So I need to diversify. Then that leads me into refining the affiliate and digital products. So I think that's going to be a goal of mine for February, is to work on my own stuff and try to bump up the percentage of revenue that's bringing in so that I don't have to rely on freelancing as much. Okay, what do you guys think? This month was really freaking awesome. So I can't tell you what a joy it is to say I earned this money and now I can take this money and do something good with it. If you're interested in freelancing and running your own online business, comment below. Let me know if you're interested in seeing more content like this.